Hello, my friends. How are you today? I wanted to talk to you today about a way to start tweaking your day so that you can be doing the things that make you feel strong. And this is a surefire way to deal with burnout. So I've been a fan of the strengths movement for a long time. I first read the book, Now Discover Your Strengths, and took the test way back in 2001. And that changed the trajectory of my career. I've come to realize that my strengths from this assessment are really just my natural talents, and they aren't necessarily the skills that I do on a day-to-day basis. And I think that these skills that you either love or loathe are key to whether or not you're feeling burned out or not. So a couple of weeks ago, I was in a thrift store with my aunt and uncle and came upon Go Put Your Strengths to Work by Marcus Buckingham, who is the co-author of Now Discover Your Strengths, which kicked off the strengths movement back in 2001. I really love his framework, so I thought I'd share it with you with my thoughts. Twice a year, you want to take an inventory of what makes you feel really strong at work and what you loathe. You want to do this over the course of an average week and pay really close attention and document things as they happen. You want to get it as specific as you can about each situation. So, for example, I love to coach leaders who are open to experimenting with ways to use their time more efficiently. That lights me up. But I loathe being in meetings with over 10 people that aren't run well and get nothing accomplished. That sucks the life right out of me. So once you get a good list, you want to get even more specific by asking these questions. Does it matter why I do this activity? Does it matter who I do this activity with or for? Does it matter when I'm doing this activity? And does it matter what this activity is about? So you want to just keep getting clearer and clearer and clearer and more specific about what you love to do and what you loathe to do. And then you want to just put some stars by the ones that really are like the top 3 on each list. And at this point, when you read your top 3 on your strengths or your top 3 on your loathe list, you should be having a eureka type moment at this point. So if you don't, you want to keep digging and get more and more and more specific. So now, what do you do with all that info? You start tweaking your day. How can you get more of what lights you up into your day? I did everything in my power to start coaching as much as possible during the week with leaders who were open to experimenting with how they manage their time. I also spend a lot of time experimenting with things myself so that I can recommend additional experiments to leaders. So think about that. What are the things that light you up, and how can you do more of that during your day? You might need to talk to your boss. You might need to volunteer some things to get more of what lights you up into your day. Totally possible. And then how can you do less of what you loathe to do, right? Like you can't stand it. It sucks the energy right out of you. So one of the things I do is I often ask to be put first on an agenda in the kinds of meetings that I really hate. And once I'm done with my part of the agenda, I'm out. I leave. And yeah, I work remotely, but I just hang up. And I tell the organizer to let me know if I have any action items, but I really try to do my very best not to sit in those kinds of meetings because I know they suck the energy right out of me and they're not productive for me. So there are all kinds of creative ways to do more of what you love and less of what you loathe without changing jobs. You just have to be open to experimenting with it. This is a really, really great book, and I highly recommend that you give it a try. All right, my friends, have a great week.